everyone, welcome back to Hemdon. Today we are talking about the most amazing things on the earth. Not mobiles, not cars, but living things. Everything around us can be put into two groups, living and non-living. Now it's time to understand what exactly makes something alive. Why is a pigeon living but a pencil non-living? Let's start with a quick comparison. I am a living being. I can run, jump, eat, grow, breathe, feel pain. This book cannot grow, cannot breathe, cannot feel anything. So it is non-living. So our job today is to find out which special features do all living beings share. Our chapter tells us that living beings share 8 main characteristics: movement, growth, need for food like nutrition, respiration means breathing, excretion, response to stimuli, reproduction, and death. Let's take them one by one with examples. First, movement. Animals move from one place to another. We walk, dogs run, birds fly. Plants don't walk, but they still move. Flower buds open into flowers. Drosera, an insectivorous plant, bends its sticky hairs to trap insects. Climbers twist and wind around sticks or wires. So, movement is present in all living things, sometimes big and obvious, sometimes slow and hidden. Next, growth. Look at your childhood photograph. Can you wear the same clothes now? No chance. We grow taller, heavier, and stronger. Plants also grow. From a tiny seed to a big plant, then a tree. Non-living things like pencils or chairs never grow their own. So, growth is a clear sign of life. Living beings need food. Food gives energy for movement, growth, and repair. Humans and animals eat different kinds of food. Plants make their own food using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, and minerals. No car, no stone, no table ever feels hungry. So needing food is a feature of living beings only. Now, respiration. Take a deep breath in and out. This breathing is a part of process called respiration. When we respire, air goes in and out of our body. After running or dancing, our breathing becomes faster. Animals respire too. Cows, dogs, buffaloes. You can see their abdomen moving as they breathe. Even plants respire through tiny pores called stomata on leaves. So respiration is equal to sign of life. All living beings produce waste inside their bodies. This waste has to be removed. That process is called excretion. In humans, sweat and urine are examples of excretion. Plants also remove extra water as droplets on leaves. You can see this in grass and rose leaves. Chairs, stones, notebooks don't excrete. So excretion is another mark of living things. Imagine you accidentally touch hot cup of tea. Ouch! You pull your hand away immediately. The hot cup of tea is stimulus. Your quick action is a response. Plants also respond to stimuli. The touch me not, choy moi plant folds its leaves when you touch it. Leaves of amla and some other plants fold after sunset. Non-living things cannot respond on their own, so responding to stimuli is living feature. Living beings can produce new living beings of their own kind. This process is called reproduction. Cats have kittens, dogs have puppies, humans have babies. Plants produce seeds which grow into new plants. But chairs don't give birth to small chairs, and bulbs don't produce baby bulbs. So reproduction clearly separates living from non-living. And finally, death. A living being cannot remain alive forever. At some point, all life processes stop. Then we say it is dead. A plant becomes yellow and dry even if we keep watering it. That is death. But a stone or a table never dies. It only breaks or gets damaged. So, death. itself is also a sign that something was once alive.
Now let's see living characteristics in plants more clearly.
Our chapter shows an activity with 4 pods A, B, C and D. Different amounts of water, presence or absence of air, light or dark conditions.
Seeds germinate only when they get the right amount of water and air. Light is not always required at the start, but is needed later for growth.
This shows that seeds are living. They respond to conditions and start growing.
Next, seedlings kept in beakers A, B and C. Roots always grow downwards. Shoots grow upwards and towards light.
Even if you keep the plant upside down, the root bends and still grows down. That's movement and growth in response to gravity and light.
The chapter also shows the life cycle of a bean plant. Seed to germinating seed to young plant to plant with flowers to plant with fruits or pods to finally new seeds.
Here we can see growth, reproduction and finally death of the plant. All are marks of living being.
Let's look at animals. Example mosquito. Its life cycle has 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa and adult mosquito.
Each stage looks totally different. Larvae and pupae live in water, keep moving up to the surface to breathe air.
That shows growth, movement, respiration and finally reproduction when the adult female lays eggs again.
Another example, frog. Its life cycle: eggs in jelly spawn to embryo, to tadpole with tail, to tadpole with legs, to froglet, to adult frog.
The tiny tadpole looks like a fish and lives only in water. Slowly, legs appear, tail becomes smaller and it becomes a froglet and then an adult frog that can live both in water and on land.
These changes show how living beings grow, change shape, adapt to habitat and reproduce.
So, what have we learned about living beings?
All living things move, grow, need food, respire, excrete, respond to stimuli, reproduce and finally die.
Plants, animals, humans, tiny insects, frogs all follow life cycles from birth to death.
Non-living things may look big, strong or shiny, but they do not show these features.
That's how we know
what is truly alive.
Next time you see anything around you, ask yourself, does it grow, breathe, eat, respond or reproduce?
If yes, welcome it to the living world. If no, it belongs to non-living group.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.